Hey guys and girls, welcome back to the channel. Been a week or so since I've done an update. I haven't done anything on Gracefield branch in the past 7 or 8 days, but I've got a couple of days off. It's my quieter week. I work on call. I only have 2 shifts this week, so going to get a bit done. Now last night, before I went to bed, I made a start on the hard standing and the road that crosses the track, so that should all be dry. So I'll just take my weights off. So I don't have any fancy old scale weights or bits of lead and stuff like that, so I go to the kitchen and grab find bottles and jars, and even had a jar of peanut butter on here at one point. So trick I learnt, which I stick religiously to: if you're sticking anything down, including a track, always put something to weight it down to make sure it's properly flush with the layout. Okay, so I'm heading into new territory. I've been researching a way of doing much better looking concrete. I happened to stumble across a video on YouTube actually by an American railroader. Does dioramas. Sorry, focus. Sorry, the light in here. I'll just try and improve the light. Hit the pause for a second. Alright, we're back. Okay, so I found this product here. Okay, for those of you subscribers that, focus. Alright, in New Zealand, I saw it on the video. It's AK Terrains, and this is their concrete. They do an asphalt and some other oh, there we go. Now I've got it to focus. Yeah, and this is the bigger one, the 250mm. It is cheaper. Cost me about $30 from Mighty Ape here in New Zealand. And this is like a coloured paste, so you don't actually have to paint it. The guy that I was watching this video on actually then uses a Vallejo colour to actually weather it and tint colour it a bit later on in the process, so I might try that. But I'm going to see what it looks like straight out of the jar, so to speak, because you only need to use it quite thinly, so that's why it's good to use mounting card or some foam board or something to raise up your area that you can then apply the concrete mixture to it. So where is it? Oh, I've misplaced it, but yeah, you just use a like an artist's is it like a palette knife or something, just to apply it and smooth it out and what have you. You get it, depends what look you're going for. So in this instance, this is going to be a loading area for flat cars, for containers. So I want it to be fairly flat, but also want sort of it to look a bit rough, and I'm going to put cracks and that into it. So yeah, so we'll apply it, and then you leave it to dry overnight, and then you can come back and you can sand it and scribe cracks and expansion joints and whatever you want into it. So we'll do another video when I start applying it, and then by the time I've seen the finished product, I'll tell you whether I like it or not, whether it's worth the $30. So, but I was on the video I saw, I was amazed with the results. So, but like every skill in that, often the first time you do something, doesn't necessarily turn out perfectly. But I may even just do a little test patch if I can find another piece of card or a bit of foam to try it on. So watch the space. So anyway, so that's going to happen hopefully over the next 24-48 hours. I'm going to do some more work along here. Alright, we don't need that driver bit there. So I don't think I'm going to have hard standing there, but I'm going to have gravel and stone with weeds and grasses coming out a bit, so and a mixture of dirt showing through. So I've got to do something about this gap and this ridge along the back, so I'm thinking of using some plaster bandage just to cover the surface and create a little bit of a slope there, and then we'll apply a bit of paint and then can add the various scatters and everything from there. So that's the next task. Those of you guys that follow the channel and see the posts and that, because I haven't done much, I've still got these two wonderful kits from South Dock to build, which will be done over the coming weeks. Give you something to do on slow days at work or my days off. I've actually realised I committed to another 2 or 3 wagons with Roger, so but he's holding them for me till probably about middle of next month. So he's a really good guy, Roger, and his wife Christina. Easy to deal with, amazing prompt service. I can't recommend them highly enough. So yeah, go and have a look at his website, South Dock Models here in New Zealand. Alright, so I've waffled on a bit too long here. So still got a few things to do, just working on making sure that all my couplers, KDs that I've put on these wagons are working correctly before I can do some running videos and actually practice some switching. Oh, that's the other thing, hopefully by the end of this week, that reminds me, yeah, by the end of this week I'm going to have attach a small section on the end here, which will clip either hinge up or down, or can just be easily detachable. But yeah, sorry, it's a bit crap. But yeah, I just want to have another section here with a bit of curved track, and it'll just go around towards the wall. So this will be my off-scene staging, but it will also, when I was practicing some operational moves, I realised that I was a bit limited if I run a train onto the layout across the bridge and into the arrival siding here, and then if I have wagons for either Dulux or Sims Metal or down at Griffin's, the loco obviously has to got enough head shunt here, go through the point to the head shunt and then use the run around track here, and there's enough space for the DFT to run around, and then can come back and pick up a wagon. But then the head shunt's not big enough if I collect probably even one, but definitely a couple of wagons that I might have to grab, that will then be shunted backwards through here, through the point and onto the back series of lines to either spot a wagon in the transload the container area or griffins, or even spot a a scrap wagon, which will be one of those LA's LC wagons, in front of Sims, or even if I'm running locomotive first and I've got to reverse a couple of wagons across the bridge, I still need that head shunt area so that the locomotive can clear this point here and then run up the back, use one of these two tracks as a head shunt. So that's where the operational strategy and funnel come in, that I might have to vacate the container loading track so I can use that as a head shunt and then be able to reverse wagons to service Dulux, or this little engineering shed which provides welding services. I haven't thought of a name for that, but that also has some loading doors at the end on that side of the building. Alright, 11 minutes, my goodness guys. Hope I haven't bored you too much, so I'll try and get some running happening as soon as possible so you can actually see some trains running. I miss having sound in my locomotives, so I'm still planning on building a DC, which is slightly shorter, probably be better for shunting around this layout, with a sound chassis. So watch the space, but I'm got a holiday to pay for in April, so probably once all that's done and I've got some overtime coming up, might buy an HO locomotive with really nice running qualities and sound and light features that I can then use as a donor chassis for a 3'6" DC body, and yeah, have some fun with fully immersive sound locomotive. Eventually I may change the chassis on this DC. It's not permanently fixed, and if I find a better chassis for it, I will replace this one as well, and hopefully bring sound to the layout, because especially with point-to-point and smaller layouts, I find sound just adds a new dimension. It actually makes it easier, I find, to actually drive them, accelerate them, brake them, run them prototypically when you can actually hear what they're doing, you know. Alright guys, bye for now. Thanks for watching. I hope this hasn't been too boring, but yeah, there is going to be some good content coming up. Alright, and yeah, have a look at how we go with concrete. Bye for now, stay safe, happy modelling.